Hello friends, we've got here chapter 6 in 4 turns, and this one is going to be the first one that's like very riggy and unreliable in order to get this 4 turn. So I'll talk about some of the preparations that I did for this map. So here Alir, you can see, is using Mercurius. The arena was unlocked for this chapter, and I paid bond fragments to get the Marth bond level to 10, which gives Mercurius, which pertinently gives double EXP. I just want to boost Alir's EXP as much as I can here. Now, Fram uses Illuminate so that it will help Vander in a second, and then here we're just pushing forward a little. It's important that Alfred's in the front, as well as Celine. Both of them are doing their max movement every turn in order to reach the boss correctly. So again, Vander has Sigurd here because he's just kind of busted here, and then with momentum, so I also got Vander to bond level 5 with Sigurd, which gives me momentum and also lets me inherit hit rate plus 10, because there are some unreliable hit rates in this map, so every bit counts. So for example, against this guy in the thickets, I only have like a 60%, and then the 80% here. I don't need to hit. Like, I could afford to miss on one of these guys, but it's like really annoying and I prefer not to. So I had Celine take an archer hit on purpose, kind of like the previous chapter. Well, exactly like the previous chapter, to I will want Folkvanger to be procced. So here I'm going to have Celine finish off that thief, but then trade swap the Folkvanger so that she does have it equipped afterwards. And so here Alfred uses the torch that was dropped, and which illuminates the way for Vander. And then right now I'm just kind of like figuring out how I want to do everything. So yeah, first of all, I'm just gonna attack this axe guy, and then yeah, wait down there, and that's because there's an archer to the left in the darkness, and he kind of blocks the way to the boss. So positioning Vander like that will have the archer come out to attack me without blocking the passage. So yeah, there I get the longbow, which is kind of useful. And then here I'm like trying to figure out exactly how I want to approach this, because it's like kind of a risky hit, but I find that this position's not too bad, so I just go for it. If I miss, then I'll just hope for a miss on the enemy phase when it attacks Celine. There's some contingencies, but yeah, right now I'm getting some more of the optimal plays here. I also wanted to attack the axe guy there on the previous turn, because I could have killed the thief that you see is attacking me from the thickets there. I could have just one-shot him, but the axe guy makes it difficult for Alfred to survive on turn 3, so want him out of the picture. So here okay, so the boss actually already moves by himself without any like particular trigger. I don't know if there's a particular trigger, but from what I found, that it just seems like he just always moves. And the location of the boss is down and left from the starting point. I don't know what it looks like in a casual playthrough, like, because I'm just like finding him as soon as like turn 3 or 4 here, but or turn 3 I guess. But yeah, so the point being that I need Alfred to move his max distance in a second here, and then that will illuminate just enough for Vander to get onto that thicket there. If I stop accidentally selecting the wrong people. Yeah, so I need to get to that thicket, and there's a boss. And then Vander in turn lets me, you know, get some vision there for Celine to warp onto it. Here I forgot to equip Seraphim. That will be necessary on the enemy phase in order to take out his first life. And I could talk about the forges that I did, or at least the engravings. So I have a Sigurd engraving on Surge, which I guess I don't really even need with my current strategy. It's actually more relevant in a different situation. So for now, I guess I actually didn't even need to note that. But who is it? Vander has a Marth engraved steel axe, which gives me some crit chance, which I will need later, and then also gives me hit chance, which is always very nice. Yeah, so Celine enemy phase kills the boss's first life, which also requires him to miss me, which isn't too bad on the forest tile, or the thickets rather, but deserves mention. And then I also needed Celine to use a HP tonic, because if she's liable to die to a 2-hit combo up there from the archer and the mage if everything hits. So I just needed some HP to ensure that doesn't happen. And here I need to hit this 54% chance hit rate and then get the crit. It's mandatory. So I managed to get it first try on this specific run, which was very nice. Otherwise I would be using time crystal charges to kind of fish for, like, advance a RNG seed and then hope I get a crit on like the next hit. So now at this point, now that I've gotten the crit, I can just kind of freely clean up, get this hammer here, and like get some EXP before I finish off the boss with Celine. Now I don't think this hammer is actually useful at all during the run, but an item's an item, right? It's like we take it, and just in case. And I suppose I could also mention that Yunaka up there was not supposed to crit that thief, which reduces Alir's EXP by a bit by doing so, but Alir's engage is already over, so no more access to Mercurius on this turn, so it's not that much EXP that's being missed out on. So I'm gonna hope that it doesn't make the difference. If it does, then that'll be really sad, but for now I think it should be fine. So yeah, that was chapter 6 in 4 turns.